I'll stop reaching now.
There we go. We're live again. Welcome back to all of you returning visitors to this. If you guys have any questions regarding the presentation you just saw, or anything for you that might be interested to know, for you to be able to reach out to other people, just do it on the YouTube channel itself in the comment section, or do it in the event we have on Facebook where all of you signed up. Some of you probably didn't. If someone invited you to watch the presentation, they got that link through the event, so you can get the link from them, and just do it in there if it is. Otherwise, just do it on the comment section on YouTube. We broke a new record on the official presentation we just had before. There we go. We're live again. Welcome back to all. Sorry about that. I had some playback in the background there. But yeah, we broke an all-new record. We almost surpassed 300 viewers, simultaneously viewers. We peaked at 297 actually. So that's a kudos that goes out to all of you who invited people in to see this. This is only the beginning. Only the beginning. Now we got 400 people who's going to go out and really start working this tremendously. No question about it. And if any of you didn't see the additional information from Troll's Adventures regarding this big YouTube gamer, he was wrong on the number, and I'm very sorry. The correct number is 17.5 million active subscribers on his YouTube. If you can go out and find me, a network marketer who has the same amount of subscribers, then I'll pay for your way in. Trust me, that is not even possible, right? Just imagine how huge all of this is actually going to be. I mean, it's just crazy. There was one question though. I'm just quickly going to cover that was asked. What the payout method is going to be within MMOCashOUT, and that is going to be iPayout. In other words, e-wallet, which all the people we have in our teams are well familiar with. To those of you who are not familiar with it, it is kind of like online banking. You can see the statements and everything. It's kind of like PayPal as well. You can, for a one-time fee, get a prepaid MasterCard that you can load all your funds directly into. And one thing that is also going to be coming in with MMOCashOUT is that monthly subscription fee, whether it be $10, $50, or $100 a month. You can pay that directly from your e-wallet back office, so you don't have to use your credit card. There are some people who get prepaid cards and load them up with money to buy stuff on the internet. You can get a prepaid MasterCard for your e-wallet as well. Load the money right into. It takes 3 to 5 business days to get the money into, and you can start spending it. Then probably comes the next question: do I need to report this to the RRS? I would advise you to, because if you've seen the bigger picture of what we're seeing, you're probably going to make a little bit more than what you can actually hide from the IRS. So I would suggest you to do that, definitely. But it's your choice, right? Questions on swipe copy and questions on launch sequence. Darren, questions you've gotten?
Yeah. As far as swipe copy is concerned, you're going to get copies on every method that we can think of. If we don't provide something that you find is going to be useful, then just let us know and we'll create something for you. But the obvious ones are going to be Twitter, Facebook, email, as in emailing your friends, YouTube possibly, YouTube descriptions and tags. Anything else, Travis, that you can think of off the top of your head? Is that sort of 4 or 5 key things?
Yeah, those will be your 4 or 5 biggest ones. Your swipes there, so you can, if you have a list, you can get it out to a list. I think a swipe to send specifically maybe like blog owners who have a gaming blog the guys that have a YouTube channel, that kind of thing. So you don't have to worry about what can I write to get them to respond. We'll have a swipe for you guys that you can send them that's already written. Well, you don't have to worry about that. It'll be written so that they will actually respond to you, and you can get some dialogue going with them. I think that's going to be vital for the way that we're going to approach marketing this first, right?
Yeah. And on every level, it will all be editable. So we will give you the bones of it, and you can then obviously change it into whatever language, terminology, add some personalization to it. And that is the key. That if you just send out the swipe copy after the first week, then you're going to get absolutely nothing. It'll just bomb, because they will have received hundreds and hundreds of that version, because people are naturally lazy, unfortunately. So if you can capitalize on it, add your personal touch to it, and then send it out, you're going to get much better response.
Absolutely.
Launch sequence. Okay, so there is, as Bart has already said, Steve is a serious guy, and as some of you have obviously picked up on the fact that MMOCashOUT was actually conceived a number of years ago, and they tried to launch it last year. Now, there were some unfortunate circumstances which meant that they had to abort that launch, and it's only now, after learning some lessons and then obviously making sure that everything's in place and timing's right, that they're now relaunching MMOCashOUT in the form that you now see. And the form that you now see is nothing like the form that it was originally. There's a lot of bells and whistles been attached to it. So Steve's going to take this seriously. There's going to be a really serious soft launch. That soft launch is going to take down to about 7 or 8 levels, and that is just to make sure that everybody on those levels gets positioned correctly. There's a lot of people have paid an awful lot of money, and there's a lot of commitment there, and he wants to make sure that the right people are in the right plots within the overall matrix or guild. Once he's happy that they're all in, if there's any mistakes, it gives them the opportunity to swap them round, and then once those guys are in, it will then be open to the public. And this is, we will be allowed to get certain people into the matrix during this soft launch, but it is going to be very much on we will contact you personally, we will give you a link personally, and you will have to get in then. But we'll discuss that in much more detail as we go through the course of this week. But whatever you do, if you're sat there thinking, well, it's Saturday and it's 3 o'clock and nobody's rung me, it doesn't matter. You trust me, if you get in the next 2 months, you're going to be at the top of a huge amount of people coming into this business. So don't panic. All we're saying is we're just making sure we've got the people with the big teams are going to be at the top. Obviously, you and I are going to be underneath these teams, and we all know the way that the matrix builds is that you will get a massive benefit from that, and you're going to be, you will get that benefit. So that is the launch sequence. Really soft. There'll be a lockout period for a period of about a week, where we will make sure everybody's in the right spots, the whole system works, and then we'll go global at that point. And the results or the responses that we've had just in the past hour from this one hangout has been just incredible. So if you can imagine what this is going to look like in about 3 or 4 weeks' time, it's just going to be unbelievable. So yeah. So that hopefully has clarified the swipe copy and the launch sequence.
I mean, guys, you can also look at it this way. That's the way I look at it, and that's what I'm telling people. That quote-unquote grace period that we're going to be walking into with that soft launch, where a select few is going to be coming in, that will give you the time to start contacting people, start building up your team, right? So you got your people that you can walk in with when the day launches. Some other new information as well, just to give all of you, the bigger picture of what we're actually walking into, comparing network marketing and the gaming franchise, right, or the community within gaming. As Scroll's Adventures were commenting as well about 6 minutes ago, As he says, well, I'll put it this way: my fiance and I, most of my friends, and many of my subscribers don't have cable television. Right? They watch YouTube. Right? They watch other people play games, and that is the community that we're going to be walking into. Right? People who are doing this for a living. For us, network marketers, network marketing, is for the vast majority of us, network marketing is our lifestyle. Right? For these people, it is the gaming franchise, right? It is where they have their following, where they build their network, right? And as he said, I was talking to Brian about that you guys have currently untabs such as Twitch, TV, a streaming site for gamers to watch people play live. This month, a prolific gaming group called Yourcast, which is also a very, very big gaming community, held a charity, a charity stream, right? They raised over $500,000, right? And they still have 3 weeks remaining for that event. Yeah. So just imagine that for a little bit. That is how huge this untapped market we're going to be walking into, right? And as Scrolls Adventures is saying, you MLM guys have no idea the audience you're reaching out for here. It is that huge, guys. It's gonna be, pardon my French, bloody insane. But at the end of the day, it's up to you to get it started.
I think also, Travis will obviously might have more to say on this, but from a marketing point of view, it is massive because there is nothing out there about MMO. There's nothing out there about making money from MMO. So if you get your blog written now, if you get your Facebook information out there now, get your YouTube video up and running, I know you may have been putting it off for months and months, there's loads and loads of information out there that you can just grab, put into a YouTube channel and just get that direct into your Facebook, your fan page, your blog, whatever. You're going to start to build a presence within Google very naturally, very organically. Google loves that, and you'll then, once word starts getting out, people are going to start to come into you, and that's how you can build a big organization really easily, really quickly, and free, absolutely free. And and just pass those links around to each other. Get people to like each other's blogs. Get people to like each other's YouTube channels. There's lots and lots of little groups within the bigger umbrellas of our organisations. So, Travis, you might have a bit more to say on that, but I think it's just a massive opportunity for we often call them newbies, and I hate that term, but people who are just walking in to network marketing now. You've got a huge opportunity, really huge.
Yep.
Yeah, I kind of think the first thing, of course, would be contacting those people who already have a large network, tapping into their contacts. That will be your fastest way. The second way, though, and we're going to go over this, is to go ahead and get yourself and MMO out there, right? As Darren mentioned, YouTube, blogs, that kind of thing. If you could imagine ranking on page 1 for the term MMOCashOUT. Right now it hasn't launched, nobody's searching for it, but they're about to start searching for it a lot. And if you're ranking the YouTube videos up there about it, if you're ranking blog posts about it, that kind of thing, all of that traffic's going to be coming in to you, which is exactly what you want. That's when you start leveraging that, you're saving time, you're leveraging having videos do selling for you, blogs do things for you. That's attraction marketing. That's really where you want to get yourself. Once you're past that stage of reaching out to people, you just want a flood of people coming into you and building it, residually. That's what we're all after here. So definitely we're going to go into that. I've ranked some really competitive stuff. Rob 4 was actually one of my mentors when I first came online. He taught me pretty much everything there is about blogging. For those of you that don't know Rob 4, just Google him. So I'm going to go heavy into that at some point because I want you guys ranking on that first page all over the place. Right, so I think that's going to be huge in our marketing efforts. Once we're gotten past reaching out and tapping into other people's networks, it's going to be your fastest, easiest way. But then really, once the buzz gets out, there's going to be a huge buzz about this. No, there's no doubt about that. It's going to happen. If you're ranking on, YouTube results, if you're ranking on Google results, even Bing, right, and get a lot of traffic still from Bing, if you're ranking there, that traffic's all going to be coming to you, which is exactly what, the ultimate goal is, right? So I think that's a good point, too. Thanks for bringing that up, Darren.
And also, you're going to be meeting a lot of people over the Christmas period. And, everybody's going to say, well, I don't know any gamers, don't know games. But children, teenagers, you've got neighbours, you've got kids. You just say, look, just watch this for half an hour, tell me what you think. And show them this video, show them, what we're doing. Their eyes are going to light up. And this really is probably the last time that we're going to talk about Matrix and that type of thing. After today, effectively, that's gone. We then start talking about kindreds and guilds and brethren and whatever they are. Taxing. I love the sound that we're going to be able to collect taxes from our villages.
I know, right? The tax
man. But you're going to come across teenagers. Now, the teenagers themselves may not know anything, but they may be able to link you to these YouTube, these blogs, the sort of things that Brian and Travis are talking about. So you really have, unfortunately, got no excuse. Absolutely no excuse at all. It's certainly to get you 2, 3, 4, 5 people into this, but actually there's going to be tens of thousands coming in.
I gotta say something right now. I've got people reaching out to me I haven't talked to in 3 months, saying, "Oh my God, I just ran across this." Somehow they ran across the video. They're like, "Oh my God, my kid plays video games. As a matter of fact, so do I. How do I get involved?" Right? So I noticed someone else in the Winning Concepts room. I'm not going to say the name, but the comment was, which really I loved when I heard it, was, "This is so huge. I've just been talking to 3 guys who work with me, and they all said, 'Stop playing around. Is this for real?'" And he goes, "I said yes," and they said, "Count me in. Guys, gaming is massive." So whether you know it or not, whatever your restrictions are in your mind, remove them. Open it up. Understand that the audience is not the network marketing only. It's not the gamer only. It's the parents of gamers. It's anyone that's going to go spend $499 on the new game console at Christmas, right? Think about that. $499. $500 is going to go lay out right now between now and Christmas for that new game console. That kid's going, "I want that. I want that," because they can now record their gaming sessions on their consoles, right? That's one of the things I just saw. I mean, the thing that really gets to me too is, I watch football, right? And I can't believe here where I live in Florida, I don't know what it is, but every other commercial is either a game that they're advertising or the game console they're advertising, right? And one of them doesn't even look like it's a game. It looks like 2 guys talking. All of a sudden, they're in a game, right? They're walking around, they're blasting people away, getting chased by a dragon, right? So it's such a huge world that we, again, I don't get it at all as compared to what Brian and Travis do. They do get it. I'm scratching the surface, but man, the audience is so big. The only reason why you will not succeed in this is if you are closed-minded and you don't let yourself do it, okay? The audience is so big. It's not just the gamers. It's not just the network marketers. It's the parents of gamers. It's the kids who go to their parents and say, "Mom, you need to do this, right? I want to be involved with that." So, and again, Darren, I love what you said. Steve is a brilliant guy. The conversations I have with the guy really have blown me away and impressed me. His whole idea of this business is not, you're right, Matrix we're not going to talk about, because it's more than that. It's what's the value that we're giving to these gamers, right? Us network marketers, we're going to build the foundation, right? We're digging the ground right now. We're going to lay out the forms for the foundation. We're going to pour the concrete, set the rebar, and we're going to build a foundation. And then when the gamers come in, then it just goes insane, man, because he's creating a place where those guys are going to want to be, right? So, believe that. Darren knows that now. He completely understands. Brian understands. Travis understands. And as you guys start to talk to gamers and you start to tell them about what this is, you're going to get the same comments back like, "Oh my God, this is insane. This is going to be huge. It's a no-brainer. I want in. When can I sign up?" Those are the comments I'm getting. I'm getting messages from people, like I said, I haven't spoken to in 3 months, reaching out to me. "Hey, Bart, what are you doing, man? That looks really great. I'm like, holy crap, I didn't know you'd want to do this. Because usually, especially network marketers are so involved in their program, right? They're so focused, and good for them, they're focused, right? But people I wouldn't even approach, right? Because I know how focused they are. Because I don't want to just hit people up all the time, right? But people now are going, hey, what are you doing? That looks crazy. So don't, overcome that fear of showing this, because it is that powerful, and it's going to get better. And Darren, and the tool suite we're doing is just freaking awesome, guys. I mean, I hope you understand the value of what you're going to get. It is so crazy, okay? I was in a program when I first got online, and I paid like $50 a month for what we're going to get for free, right? I paid $50 a month for it. It's all tied in together. There's going to be messages built into it. You're going to be able to customize it. You're going to brand it to yourself, right? You get to brand yourself, and you're going to get your online presence out there. And I can't wait to see people doing videos about this and getting their brand out there like we've done on this panel. And this is your opportunity. And again, one more thing I want to add, again, this is what I'm so excited about, is there's people reaching out to me who have literally said, hey, look, I've never really made money online. I'm in this, I've done that, and yeah, I mean, I make a few bucks in this other program and this, but I really see that this is the one that's going to be the one that's going to take me over the top. And you know what? I believe it's true. So
yeah, I agree. You mind if I tap into something that Bart, you mentioned, and Darren, you mentioned, is that there is a market outside of just the actual gamers. And Darren mentioned the holidays are coming up, and it's very easy to connect with people that you're already going to be seeing anyway. And I know Bart and Darren, they're kind of the generation that maybe doesn't play games as much. It'd be so easy, those of you that have, you have a job, or you're around talking to people, around Thanksgiving, Christmas time. It's very easy to say, hey, what are your children asking for Christmas? I'm willing to bet a lot of money games are in there in one way or another. Whether it's a PlayStation, the new Xbox, whether it's the games, whether it's the Nintendo, whatever, it's then very easy to say, you know what, my kid is too. Hey, can I share something with you? Check this video out, and just let me know what you think about it. Very easy, very simple. It's not a hard thing. That's it. Don't talk about it. Don't sell it. Just say, hey, check this out. Right? My kid's asking for that stuff. This is something I'm doing to help him get that stuff. Whatever. It's something simple. They're going to say, sure. What is it? And you say, just check it out. Here's the video. I'll call you. I'll see you tomorrow. We'll talk about it then. All right? Easy. So I definitely want you to think about your current market, your current network. Of course, we're going to reach out so you can do that. But, I mean, most of us have family. My brother plays video games. You think, as much as I do, you think he's going to be getting in? Of course he is. Right? My cousin plays games. Think he's going to be getting in? Of course he is. Right? I have people that I talk with that have children that ask for games. So you think I'm going to be approaching them about this? I already have, right? So definitely keep that stuff in mind. I want to come from a training standpoint and really let you know that it's a huge market besides just the gamers. You have to think, if, say, the gaming market is, I don't know, 500,000 people, 1 million people, I'm sure it's much, much more than that. But they also have parents. So that's essentially doubling, because most of the gaming market is under 30, right? Especially college and high school. So you're essentially doubling the amount of people that are interested there. Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
it's so freaking huge, guys.
You're right. Travis, the other thing that Marquise shared with us, right, when we had a conversation with him a little while ago about this. He's in college, right? And when he first started college, he spent a lot of time playing games. He didn't really focus on the studies, right? And he still has friends who are now still really focusing on gaming as compared to schooling and educating themselves. But there's a whole college market out there that you'd be surprised how many of these college kids are into these games, right?
And most of them have clubs. They have like a gaming club on the college campus. I know there's one here at my local college. They have it big. It's like hundreds of people. And they just get together and play games, and
I've just did a bit of speculative posting on Facebook yesterday, and two of the 6 people that got back to me are saying, now it means nothing to me, but they talk about they're in middle school, or they teach in middle school. I don't know what that is, but they say that they're mad for games, and even if I can't get the kids to do it, so this is presumably a teacher who's trying to earn money off the children that he's teaching, but at least trying to use them as a way of getting into the gaming community. You know,
right.
So I'm not advocating that. If you're a teacher out there or a parent, everything that you hear on there is there are lovely different, but you know, it's just looking at things in different ways, and it's not. You know, I think you're going to get the best results if you start looking at it not as a internet marketer, but just as a referrer, I suppose.
Yeah, absolutely.
Recommender or something like that. So, or just getting to know people. You know, it's bizarre the conversations I've had in the past 24 hours, and some of it I just don't know what I'm talking about. Really don't, and they just laugh, and you know, I mean, it's easy for me because I'm, you know, a middle-aged guy from England. What do I know? So they just happily take the mickey out of me. So.
Yeah.
Going into the question a little bit, there's been some very, very good ones actually. What do the gamers save in terms of their cost? I.e., when a gamer joins at any one of the levels, do they get full access to all the games inside without an additional cost to play? This is aside from the extra they pay for merchandise, etc. The online store with your membership itself, you know, you don't get to play a heap of free games. With the membership comes the access to a few of the different income streams. The games themselves within the online store, when people go in, is just like with eBay and Amazon. If people go through your affiliate link, meaning either people from your team or people from outside your team wants to go in and buy some games and whatnot, then you make a commission out of that sale. And of course also on merchandise, and more both game developers and also gaming merchandise, gaming gear is also going to be added to the online store as well, like, you know, Razer and stuff like that. Then there was another question here. I'm just going to read it. I'm not entirely sure of that as of yet. There are more things being added to MMOCashOUT, MMO Buy It, and listed as well over the next few months. Not even anyone on this panel even know what they are. We haven't been told yet, so it might come. But the question is, my girlfriend wanted to know if this will work with mobile phone games. She plays them a lot and likes to buy in-game purchases, etc. She has 1,000 friends that play one of these games just alone. It's something to keep in mind if they don't have it on their list. Right now, we don't know if mobile games, you know, like apps and stuff like that, is going to be added to the online store. It might be something definitely to consider, because mobile games is huge.
I would think
working with apps, so he knows.
Yeah, I would think that that's going to be the natural progression. Steve is a very smart guy. That's why he came to me and said, "Can we build an app for this specifically?" And I said, "You know, you're doing the right thing, because you're reaching, first of all, a specific demographic that, you know, the 25 and unders. I mean, look, I'm 50. I'm 52 years old, right? The 25 and unders have 10 to 15 apps downloaded on their phones. Okay, they're all about those smartphones. So, is that something that's going to happen? Steve is way ahead of us. Okay. So I would say that that's going to be natural progression. The other thing is he's very open to suggestion. Okay, we've done a lot of talking to him. Travis and Brian, we've all talked to him. Every one of them on this panel has talked to him, and he wants this to be very good. So he's open to good suggestions, and that's one of the things that we're going to shoot off to him. You know, to put in his file. He needs to work on what he's working on now as well. But yes, I would say that that's going to naturally come. It just makes sense. He's already thinking he's going to build an app, and actually probably multiple apps. We know there's at least 2. Buy It will be a separate app. The Cash Out will be one app. I think that potentially there'll be 2 more apps, so there'll probably be additional 2 more, a total of 4 that we know of now. But I would say that the way he thinks, I know that that's got to be like, that, what do you want to call it, step 2, step 3, step 4. Where it is, we can't tell you, but it just makes sense that it will be there. I had another question. What is, why would I not buy in at 50 or 100? I will tell you this. There will be people who will come in at 50 or 100 if they know they're going to bring in a big team of people. Okay? Some people might even promote it that way. We know that the message can be you can start off at 10 and you can upgrade when you need to. If you just do the math yourself on 25 cents per person and then your personal directs, what you get paid, again, once you hit a number of like 200, it makes more sense to be upgraded to 50. Once you hit a number of like 400, it makes more sense to be upgraded to 100. That's the message we're giving out. What people can do themselves is up to you. We're not going to try to tell you what to do in this business at all. This is totally up to you. But there is a difference to be at the 50, because instead of the 25 cents, I'll do this one more time real quick. You're getting 35 cents per person, okay, here, per peasant, which is a 10 cents more per person, okay? And that's why at around 200, this makes more sense to be at a squire, okay? Around 400 or 500, it makes more sense to be at the 100 at the royal level, okay? And then again, a squire who signs up a squire is $1 per person. That's anywhere in the matrix below, okay? That's anywhere. So if you also think that some people are going to upgrade, then you're going to do that. But again, we're focusing on, we believe that coming in at 10 is fine. You can upgrade when it makes sense to you. We certainly know that you're going to figure out how you don't want to leave money on the table. But again, everyone can start off at $10. It's a low enough price point for anyone to be attracted to it. And if you want to call it this, I mean, it's like joining a club, right? Even for the gamers, if you think about it, the access they're going to get to buy it, to the playbook, to the listed, to all the value that's going to be added to the gamers, that is nothing to pay for a membership. $10 is nothing. Okay? These guys, like Travis was saying, people spend thousands of dollars, and some of these guys, Marquis said the same thing the first time we ever talked to him about it. He goes, yeah, I had this guy who spent $500 just to get a good outfit or a fit, whatever they call it, a fit. They call it like his whole gear setup, right? And I'm going, you got to be kidding me.
Vanity item, yeah.
Right? It's no value. It's all virtual, but they spend that money, right? That's the gamer mentality. They want to be in the coolest gear, with the coolest outfit, with the best weapons, and all that. And the funny thing is, the other thing that Darren told me, which I couldn't believe it either, is he knows someone who has a crew of people who dig and mine for gold, right? Now think about this. If you network marketers, the gamers will understand this. Network marketers never understand this. But they have friends, they enlist this group of 5 kids, right, that they mine for gold all day, right? And these guys sit hours on the game all day, and they get gold. They bring it to this guy who's sort of like the broker, right? He goes and sells the gold, and he splits the profit with them, right? And for real money, for real money. Now, I heard that, and I said, that's impossible. But yes, that's what happens in this world, right? So think about it. $10, nothing. For a gamer, absolutely pennies, okay? What they get out of it, if you want to call it just the membership to what they're going to get access to with between the buy it, the playbook, and all the other things, being able to beta test, okay? We don't want to go too much further into the beta testing levels and the other things that are going to happen in this, but again, Steve is probably the smartest owner I've ever met in a program, absolutely hands down, and what he's hinted at that we know is coming is very powerful. So this is not going to improve more and more and more for the marketers. It's going to improve through the roof for the gamers, okay? Because he knows that's the multi-million member base. That's the tens of millions of people going to come in is the gamers, all right? Us network marketers are going to set up the groundwork and the foundation. We're going to kick it off and set a solid base up, but the gamers are going to come in for the value, what they get, and where they get to live, and then eventually quit their JOB, live in an environment where they can earn an income, share with others, make commissions from sharing, eventually sharing the profit share pool. I mean, remember that too. The website's going to be monetized with advertising. The app will be monetized with advertising. And believe me, guys, I build apps. An app that has 1 million downloads, the amount of money you can sell that advertising for in there is very, very powerful. Okay? So that's just huge. And that's the other reason to be at 50 or 100. It's not important now. It's more important in 90 days. But at some point, just the number of people you have, you're going to want to upgrade. Okay? We'll get into that deeper. You'll figure it out yourself. If you just simply do the calculations, you'll do it. You'll figure it out. But, yeah, our suggestion is come in at 10, make it simple, share it that way, and the rest will logically come to you as you see the business go on. But, hey, Charles, how you doing, man? I see you're back.
I'm in
Are you there?
for now. I've literally I've been answering question after message after message. Hi everybody, thanks for asking. I'm talking to a guy right now with 400,000 person Facebook group. I've never heard of a Facebook group that big. Hi, if you're watching, Joanne. Hi. Yeah, so I'm gonna go back to that conversation, but I'll be back in a sec. Okay.
You named so he's already demoted us. We're peasants, I think. Just to give you a bit on Steve is one of the things that has impressed me, and I know we do this sort of edifying thing, is what network marketers tend to do. But this guy has really surprised me, because when you speak to him, he's very calm, very neutral, very, very relaxed. Almost when I speak to him, because he's based obviously the other side of the world, it's almost as though I've woken him up and again that type of very sleepy, drowsy conversation. However, he is not afraid of making hard-nosed business decisions if it is affecting his business, and he's made 2 really, really important business decisions, and one of them actually has affected a very, very close long-term friend of his, but also a business partner, and he's made that decision because it was right for the business, not because of any other political reason or anything like that. It's to make sure it's right for the business. And like I said, this guy's really, really serious. And that's why he's got so many programmers on there. That's why he makes sure that we're doing a soft launch. He's making sure that everything is absolutely spot on. You know, and we will come, you know, up against difficult things, but this guy absolutely will make the right decision for the company or for MMOCashOUT right from the start, and he will then obviously continue to do that. But no, he really does surprise you, and obviously over time I'm sure he'll drop onto some of these hangouts and webinars that we do. You'll get to meet and speak to him yourself. But no, he's a tough cookie, very much.
And that's saying a lot, Darren. For him to be able to pass that test for you, I know is a very big thing, because I know you've had frustrations with other things. And I know that was a litmus test for me, is when you talk to him, is what your impression was coming off of it. Because let's face it, you're the first person in the world I know who would say, that is pure shit. Excuse the language, but that's what he says, all right? To us, that's the Brit sense of humor, okay? And it's not a sense of humor and joking, but it's serious when he says that. And I knew that after he had talked to them and came back and said, hey, look, this and this and this and this, and he's open to us to speak to him, very transparent, and I agree. This is why it's going to be a very long-term, very big program, right?
No.
The audience is huge, but here's a person who's not just, he's not a hit and run. This is a big, serious deal. He's invested a ton of money, guys, tons of money. It's unbelievable how much money he's already spent on programming and how long this has been taken to get to here. And when you start to see the website and the different features and the different websites that are involved with that, when they come up, you're going to go, oh, I get it. I see why this was so expensive and so much time, right? So, and I know that Travis has had a good glimpse of it. The website is beautiful, right?
Yeah.
Not what you might look at now that if you go to what you're going to try to search out, it's not that, okay? When you see the second version, you're just going to go, okay, I'm impressed. Because that was the first thing Travis said to me, too. He goes, yeah, man, that is so built for a gamer. It's incredible. Okay.
Yeah, I would like to say Steve is definitely one of the best business owners I've had the experience of working with. He will make the decisions that need to be made, but also he's very, very open at the same time. He listens very well. He's come to me and Marquise and Brian and us. From me, from a gamer standpoint, because I have that gaming background, he's asked me, what do you think of this from a gamer's perspective? Because that's the ideal target market there, right? What do you think of it from them? How are they going to react? What should we change? What should we not change? So we do have some beautiful websites in the works. They're not up live yet because we're still working on them. There's a huge team of programmers working on those. But yeah, you guys are going to be really, really impressed with the quality of the website. And that's going to be a big point for gamers. We're very visual. We like graphics, that kind of thing. We like stuff to look good. And so we're definitely taking the time to make sure this thing is absolutely top-notch so that when you do show it to people, they'll have the response I did, which was, wow. Yeah, I was literally like, it looks amazing. It's exactly how it should look. We've made some tweaks here and there to terminologies and the layout of things and this and that, of course, because we want it to be, like I said, top-notch when we go live with that. So I think that's a huge thing. I did see one question here someone asked. I just want to answer that quickly. They asked, what countries will this be in? Okay, it's going to be global, which is a very, very good thing because there are huge gaming communities, especially within Asia, parts of Korea, that kind of thing. They have huge organizations over there. Brazil is one. And so this being global, that fits so well. You wouldn't understand how big this is, even in other countries. Like we mentioned earlier, Bart mentioned someone who hires some people to just go play the game, and they get gold in the game, and they actually pay them money to do that. It's like their job. Yeah. There are places of employment, especially in Korea. Korea is real big into this, where they will hire hundreds of employees to play these games all day for an hourly rate, and all they do is get gold, or all they do is get rare items. That's all they do. All day.
There's for real life money and money for it. I was talking to one guy on one of these sites. There are some games where it's highly illegal to do this. People still do it. They want to make money. I was talking to one guy. They had 12-hour shifts. They rented a big apartment and just set it up like an internet cafe, just computer after computer. And these shifts of people would come in and work for 12 hours in a game, getting items from this game, and they will pass it on to one specific character in the game that would then be the merchant for this, and they would list all these items on a website where people could go in, use their credit card and buy these in-game items, right? It's crazy what people do. I mean, I got one in my friend list who spent close to $5,000 in a video game in 4 months. Who spent that much in a video game?
I had the same comment right now, literally. A person who I haven't talked to in 3 months, she goes, this is her exact statement to me. She goes, we each spent thousands on one game alone, lots of laugh. Well, I have spent several thousand on one game from my account and my son's account. That just shows you a parent, right? A parent who can offset some of that cost, right? Yeah. I mean, my God, the ability to do something like this with them is so powerful, right? I literally, I know that someone put up a picture of someone's game room, right? And there was a whole wall of games, and then a whole game of things, right? Now listen, I know a guy that is a $60,000 game room he built in his house, okay? He has like an 84-inch television, a whole built-in sound system, frickin' custom seats like you see in a theater, right? For him and his sons and their friends to come together and play these games, right? So it's a serious business, man. There's tons of money spent into this. And all we're doing is just tapping into it, and we're blessed, right? We just unleashed the beast. We just unleashed the beast, man. This is going to be huge for anyone that gets it and does anything with it. That's it. You know, overcome a little fear if you're a network marketer. If you don't get it yet, get it. We've had a little while to work on it. The more you talk to people and you start to just put it out there, you're going to be very surprised at the responses you're going to get.
I mean, guys, seriously, it is no more different than coming out of a good restaurant where the service was good, the food was good, the waitress might even have looked extremely awesome, and you recommend that restaurant to your friends and family. There's no difference. Where people, think there is a difference, and why people, take a step back is because, well, money is involved. They think I just want their money. No, you're adding value to them. You're offering them something that can give them more value in their life, whether it be money, whether it be the community, whether it be just a platform where everything is combined into one, so they don't have to run around the entire internet and find the best resource for the information that they're looking for. That is the way you need to think about it, because that is the way all of us are thinking about this. Is the money in it good? It will be, yes. Will you be able to make a buttload of money? Maybe, maybe not. There are no promises when we talk about business. What we can promise you is that you're going to be walking into such a huge, not only opportunity, but untapped market, that if you take the right steps, if you take some action, we're not talking about an army of people that you need to talk to in order to reap all the benefits. We're talking about 7 people. That's it.
Right.
7.
Exactly.
Right. And all it takes for you to break even is to have just 5 people who are on the same membership as you, and it costs you nothing.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
It is not that difficult. But what if it takes you 6 months to get those 7 people? Is it still going to be worth it? Yes. That comes in with the compensation plan itself. If you just want to use the platform as a way for you to get all the info and have the online store and just advertise to a few of your friends or your friends' parents or whatever this is where you can buy the games, and you will make a commission when that happens.
Yeah.
Then you do that. It is complete and utterly up to you how you want to do it.
Or just do it for the marketing suite. $10.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, which is amazing.
There's so much value within this, and what you want to do with this is complete and utterly up to you.
I think that marketing suite is going to be it's huge, right?
Yeah.
I do a lot of internet marketing. The cost I pay for things such as leadpages.net, I use Power Lead System, I use I have an Aweber autoresponder. These things add up. So I spend close to probably about $200 a month, maybe a little bit more, on tools for my business. You're getting them with your membership for $10. That's incredible. It's absolutely so much value here.
Well, we can have Joel Fair on after us, I think.
Yeah, I mean,
it's pure leverage.
It's complete and utterly unheard of. I mean, we could easily, or Darren and the team behind this suite that is going to be offered to you, they could easily say $199 a month, easily. Yeah. But they have decided not to, mainly because it adds more value to the package that you're going to be buying, right? And when we're talking about $10 a month, anyone can afford $10 a month. I mean, we use that on so many other things on a daily basis, and especially gamers know what I'm talking about. I mean, when I was heavily into gaming, seriously, I was almost at a point where I was spooning my keyboard. That's the point I was at. I spent a lot of times in these games, beta tested games, which means you get to play the games before anyone else, kind of like you're testing the game out for the company. All the hiccups and everything in the game, kind of like what we're going to be doing with MMOCashOUT before it goes public, right? Few key people are going to be coming in to make sure everything is working. The exact same thing happens, and it's being done with every single game that comes out there. every single time a new game comes out there. I mean, there is one game that I'm playing that also have all these, the right terminology is vanity items. Things that give you no power, no nothing, no special abilities, nothing for your in-game character other than they look cool. You know, sunglasses, whatever. Yeah, cool. You can have these sunglasses, $5.
And we pay it.
But they're not real.
That is the way. That is the way it is. I mean, and for example, a new skin, as it's called, you know, a different look for a certain weapon, or your armor if it's those games that you're playing. But these items among gamers are really high merchandise because it makes you stand out from the crowd, right? Yep. The exact same principles apply into network marketing. You can see where I'm going with this. Everyone thinks that network marketing and the gaming franchise is two different, completely different franchises. They're not. They got so many things in common. If you stand out, you get noticed. The exact same thing applies in network marketing. If you stand out from the crowd, you get noticed, right?
Yeah,
private hawks don't really do any active recruiting. I don't either. We have people coming to us asking for our link because of attraction marketing. Yeah. It's a very, very powerful tool, and you know the big guild leaders and clan leaders, they do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
For example, in World of Warcraft, when I was playing that, we made a guild and we offered our members TeamSpeak, which is, you know, kind of like Skype, but a huge amount of members can log on to this and they can sit and chat with each other with headphones. It's a monthly fee if you want your own server where you can have a bunch of people on it. We offered that for free for our members. We offered a website where we did tutorial and training, you know, quote unquote training videos on how to, you know, do different things within the game, adding value to our guild to attract more members. What do we do in network marketing? What have we been telling you in the presentation? We're giving you value with the marketing suite that you get for free just by being part of MMOCashOUT. It's the exact same principle that applies in both franchises. And that is why we keep saying gamers are the best network marketers out there. They just don't know it yet. But they do it on a daily basis. Yeah. There's no difference. No difference. I could share a very, very funny video that one of my team showed to me regarding stepping out of your comfort zone, but I think it's a little bit it's not rated in the correct way. Let me just put it like that. But it is a funny video. We can share it in our Facebook group, but we're not going to do it here publicly. Smaller children might be watching. But it's all about getting past that. Maybe I can't do it. It's all about getting past your comfort zone. When we talk about MMO gaming, you never see anyone in the games using their real name. Now, when people don't use their real name or their real picture in network marketing, what do we do, Travis? Do we talk to these people? Do we want to be associated with these people? No. We want, you know, real people to work with. In the MMO gaming world, it is the exact opposite. People have an alias. They have an avatar picture instead of their real picture. They can be running around as an elf or, you know, a human or some weird creature that have, you know, 7 tails or something like that. And they dress their character by spending a huge amount of money because they want to look cool. They want to look different. And a lot of MMO gamers go into the whole role-playing aspect. There are even some where you have to put yourself into the character and be another person. If there are, you know, some who are watching who, you know, are up in our age, you probably remember the board games that were out at some point. What were they called, Travis? Where you were running through a dungeon and you had a dungeon monster who was reading a story and all of that.
Yeah, it's like tabletop games, kind of like Dungeons and Dragons.
Exactly. Yeah. That just went into online on the internet through video games, and people still do that. But again, it is still coming back to the whole aspect of network marketing and connecting with other people.
Yeah, and it's funny because like how Facebook has turned for us in network marketing a place for us to have our profile and what we're interested in and all that stuff. Like when Playbook comes up for the gamers, it's a place for them to have a profile page where they can talk about their achievements, the different levels they've reached and all that stuff, and their accomplishments, and their different, whatever you want to call them, avatars or names that they're using in the games. So even when that comes in, Playbook, right, when that comes live, it's going to be one of those places where these people get to go ahead and create their profiles and their followings and their friends and all that stuff. So, think about it like that. For us, Facebook marketers or people that are online doing our work on Facebook, some people don't, some of us do, but for them, it's that place as well. So, Steve was smart enough to know that has to be one of the aspects of this. So, back to that again, and you're right, that they are network marketers in the truest sense of the word, right? More than we are.
Yeah.
They are, right? They absolutely are.
A few new questions have been popping up here. One, Lorraine Hall. So will gamers be able to save money playing their favorite games on the site? Yes and no. People will be able to save money in the regard that they will be able to make money from the site, not only by getting more people in, offering them the value, the ability to use the online store and stuff like that as well. People will be able to make money, and in that regard, you could say that yes, they will actually be able to save money on the game. The online store, the games will, as it was said in the presentation, be listed at retail prices. The only difference is if people come through, for example, your affiliate link and they buy a game, or they buy a piece of merchandise, you will make a commission. So in a sense, yes, people will be able to save money on their gaming.
Right. And that's 3 levels down. That's 3 levels deep. That happens.
Yeah.
So
it's not going to count, all 20 levels deep, but three levels deep when it is.
Right.
Then William, I don't know. I'm not going to slaughter your last name, so I'm just going to call you William B because, yeah, I don't want to slaughter your name because I probably can't pronounce it correctly. But William B, do you have a promo video already out for this? We are working on all that. Well, Darren and his team is working on the entire marketing suite with the videos and everything as well. We are doing these presentations to give people an insight on what it is, because right now you can go on Google and search for MMOCashOUT and find their website. It is not live yet, so what you see there, don't take that as the final product. It is still a work in progress, and that site is only a template.
It doesn't look like that.
The real McCoy looks completely different.
Yeah, it does. It looks amazing. You guys are going to be really impressed with it. And the thing about the website is, of course, Steve and I, what we're trying to do with the website is bring value there, right? We really want to make, as Brian mentioned earlier, he said there's information kind of scattered all about. We're really going to make this a gaming hub. You can come here. There will be people who make video reviews for games that come out. There's going to be a blog for articles to be written about games and what's going on in the industry. It's going to be a big news hub as well. So that's going to be bringing a lot of value to the gamers as well.
Yeah.
So really, the website's going to be really, really top notch. Video reviews of stuff, video articles, news. It's going to be huge. It's going to be absolutely huge. So what you see now is really, really stripped down. Once you guys see the actual live product, you're wow, it's amazing. It really is.
And Travis, you're going to be, I know you and Marquise and Brian as well will be doing some videos talking about the video gaming aspect of it more, for, if you want to call it, for sharing with video gamers. I know what's going to happen. People are going to take that first hangout. There's a link obviously you can get. You're going to be able to show that to other people to get started right now. But we are going to have other hangouts for you to invite them to.
Yeah.
There's going to be updates as we go along. This is going to be a very active. We're going to be very proactive, doing a lot of stuff, and keeping you informed and keeping you updated and giving you all the things that you're going to need to be able to get this out there. I mean, and Brian, I hate to even say this, but if someone has to say to themselves, you know, if it's going to take me 6 months to get 7 people, I think you need to get offline and go look for a job, because this will be too easy. It'll be
exactly. But you know, coming into this, and especially with the amount of network marketers who we haven't even started to talk to these people yet.
Right. Exactly.
But the people we've talked to so far, I think I need to make about 10 gallons of coffee today, because I'm going to be sitting up all night answering questions. I mean, just in the last 2 hours, I've gotten, all in all, on the 2 different channels that I have, well over 150 new subscribers. People are going crazy for this.
Yeah.
Regarding news and updates and everything, we are going to be having more presentations, because whenever there is something new, it needs to be added to the presentation, so people get the newest picture and you know, all the news and updates.
I have to ask a question. I've had so many friend requests that I've accepted. At what point do I need to stop before I go to jail? Because I've literally
I think Facebook put up a limit at about 20.
You can
I need to stop. So if you send me a request, I need to stop till tomorrow, folks. So.
You can accept as many as you want that are sent to you. It's just there's a limit on how many you can send.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
good.
if you get 50 requests, you can accept all of them, and you'll be just fine.
Okay, good.
Another thing is also regarding news updates and whatnot. Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Game Phase is going to be on the main Teams and I Worldwide YouTube channel. It's going to be posted in our Facebook group for MMOCashOUT, so go in and check that out. I haven't done it yet, so don't blame me if you can't find it. I haven't done it yet. This is going complete and utter nuts, and we can't even keep up with it. Luxury problems at its best. But we will be keeping you up to date whenever there's something new. Be sure that you will be the very, very first to know if you keep up to date in our Facebook groups. Okay? Things are being updated all the time. I mean, even the people on the panel here learned something new today. So it is definitely gonna go nuts at some point. See if we have just a few more questions here. Because we've been going on for about an hour now. Let's see if we do. When I am contacted by the gamers who are interested in MMOCashOUT, where do I refer them, or do I tell them that they will get more info on December 23rd? We're doing the presentations for that reason alone. We don't have any affiliate links out yet. The official website, or the official website that we are all going to be having our membership area in, is not live. So at the moment, stay in contact with these people. Be sure to get into our Facebook group that a lot of people have already done.
Yeah, 180.
180 people so far. So people are definitely going nuts about this.
Normally I do Wix sites, but I don't really want to do Wix sites because I know that come the end of this week we're going to have something in place for you. However, I know that there's a few people have already created Wix sites that I'm sure you'll be able to sort of put a post out to Facebook or Skype.
They're going to come up. They're going to come up. Yeah. People share them. That's how it goes in this. But so.
Yeah, for the time being, guys, I think the short answer is share the presentation we did earlier today. Share this with them so they can have any questions they probably have answered, and then let them know, hey, we'll have the rest. We'll have the official videos out and all that stuff.
Yeah.
In a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Cool. We are going to provide you with the presentation, with the tools, and of course, as always, with the help that you need. So if you have anyone, if you are in our team already, talk to one of us, and we'll be more than happy to help you out. But you wouldn't be watching this if you weren't already. We got a lot of different teams that are coming together to build this up from the ground up, and we're all here to support each other. At the end of the day, we are building our community from the ground up, so we can't do that if we all work alone. So don't worry about that at all. Use the tools, the videos, the presentations that we're providing, and get into the Facebook group for MMOCashOUT. All the news, videos, everything is going to be posted in there as well. So, any of you guys have any more questions, or should we wrap it up?
I don't see any more.
I think we're good. I think tomorrow we wake up to a whole new day and a whole new set of going forward. I think we have a lot of work in front of us and a little bit of sleep.
Yeah.
Two more minutes and Darren begins a new day. I've been in the new day for 58 minutes. Consistency pays off. Yeah?
Yeah.
So until next time, guys, we will be setting up an event for the next presentation, which is going to be happening later this week. If not, Sundays, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you can't remember it, notepad, computer, boom, done. Phone, whatever, don't miss it. All right? So until next time, guys, thank you for being on the panel, and for all your viewers, thank you for the amazing questions and your time that you spent watching this video.
Yeah, thanks for your time, guys.
Bye-bye. Good night.